Now that the whole world has seen Stranger Things, let's take a look at that finale. Spoilers alert if you actually haven't seen it. So, I might be in the minority on this, but I actually loved it. And here's why. I went into that finale with very, very low expectations because of how the writing was going this season. And I get it. The fan theories were really interesting, arguably better, and so I get if you read it, you probably thought it was going to be way better than what it was. But overall, I enjoyed the emotions I felt, and it was still very enjoyable and fun for me. Now, don't get me wrong, there are like a billion plot holes and some sloppy writing. I think a lot of it comes from the sloppy writing of the whole season and not the finale itself. Like, one problem I have, really big writing, is that like Elle can open gates between the upside down and the real world, and yet they decide to drive through the one that they just broke through on the military base and didn't think like, hey, you know what? Like the military might be waiting for us. We just gunned down a bunch of their men. Let's just go back through. I mean, not to mention they're also looking for Elle and like Hopper's former military. How the hell did he not think that through? Like they're all partying and excited, and I'm like, do you not know the military's waiting for you? Like, why didn't you go through the gate that was at Hawkins' lab that you went through the episode before? Like, it was a lot closer too if the excuse is a time crunch. Like, I get they had a time crunch because of the record, but wasn't the Hawkins lab one closer? So to me, that makes no sense. Also, Vecna, built up as this big bad, like Darth Vader type villain. Turns out he's kind of extremely weak. He gets defeated so easily. Same with the Mind Flayer, all that built up for years and gets defeated so easily. Like, I enjoyed the fight scene in the moment, but the more I think about it, I'm like, it was way too fast. Like, it should have been longer. I'm pretty sure the Max and Holly scene where they're talking on the escape was longer than that. Another thing is Joyce. I love that she got to, chop off Vecna's head and use the F bomb, but she was completely useless like this entire episode before that. She's just sitting there while Will's fighting. And also, how was Will not affected by the hive mind? Dr. K, completely useless. Only reason why she was in the show, I think, was to make it so Eleven had to sacrifice herself, and that was just stupid. Kind of a waste of Linda Hamilton. Also, another thing that bothered me was none of the main characters getting arrested for, breaking into a military base or killing military personnel. Like I get it. There are ways out of it, but they should have shown a scene of that, like them making a deal since like the 12 kids were saved and they saved the world, or maybe Dr. Owen's coming back and it turns out like Dr. K's whole program was like illegal anyway, and like he shuts it down and they make a deal with Hopper. Like anything, like you just needed one scene. The finale's already 2 hours and 8 minutes, and we don't really care if it's a little longer. Like Piggyback was longer last season, so like take the time and do it right. Like that was a huge annoying plot hole that could have easily been avoided. Same with like the lack of demidogs and bats and the demigorgons in the final battle. You could have just said like had Dustin be like, I guess Mrs. Wheeler killed the rest of the demidogs and Will killed the rest of the demigorgons, or I mean, not that I believe that's what happened, but like they could have done something to explain why they weren't there. Like maybe they molted into the beast like in season 3, the Mind Flayer. Like anything would have been good there. I do get people's complaints about them not killing off a main character. I personally, I wanted that when I went into it, but after watching it, I was like, you know what, I do love these characters. I'm happy with what they did. I didn't need a major death. I do believe Elle is alive. If you want to see my video on that, follow for more. I'll be posting that shortly. But overall, I did enjoy it. I know it has a lot of flaws, but I don't think it's as bad as like Game of Thrones, like people are saying. Game of Thrones was god awful. It was terrible, and this one at least I don't think it did the characters like dirty. It was just kind of safe, if anything. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Remember, I see people having like a civil war over this finale, calling people idiots and dumbasses just because they don't agree whether they like it or dislike it. Guys, art is supposed to open a dialogue. It's supposed to be interpreted in many ways and supposed to, not have a correct answer whether something's good or bad. It's all up to your opinion. That's what art is. It's relative. So like don't be a-holes just because someone has a different opinion. Have a dialogue, have a conversation. That's what's good, and have fun.